It's got a quarter statute mile of visibility, which is bad. Plenty of overcast skies, just over 200 feet above the surface. What does this mean? Plenty of fog that's there. So, dew point values 50s and 40s along the coast, but going inland, 30s to upper 40s, in some cases 50s in the inland areas. Now let's take a look and switch gears here. I need a drink, folks. Hold on. Okay, where are the gusts? Okay, so the gusts are located right around the southeastern part of the country, in the Carolinas, Georgia, all the way down to the Space Coast. Gusts are are estimated to be about around up to 50 miles an hour, maybe a little higher in some places, but mostly offshore though, and in the immediate coastal part, like the beaches. But I do see some gusts that are moving up to 30 miles an hour from Montauk all the way down to Atlantic City, and especially Staten Island. Some gusts. Places like Huron, northern Lake Michigan. Throughout the Great Plains, there's plenty of gusts moving around around 30 to 50 miles an hour. Parts of the Great Basin and the Sierra Nevadas and towards the Northern Rockies and Montana. Gust values are around about 40 to 60 miles an hour in some places, and as well as southern Colorado, northern New Mexico. Around 30 to 40 miles an hour, and gusts just northwest of LA, but offshore though. Where's the humidity? Humidity is located throughout places like New York, all the way down to Jacksonville, but the worst of the humidity is along the Carolina coastline in the Outer Banks. The western side of Colorado, plenty of humidity is there. The Bitterroot Mountains and the leeward side of the Cascades in northeastern Washington, and as well as the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest, going down to Eureka. Worst part is in Washington and outside of Portland, in Oregon. Now, what about rainfall accumulation? There's plenty of rainfall accumulation throughout the Carolinas. Some places do have about 2 to 4 inches of rain, but in places like the Outer Banks, as much as about 6 to 8 inches of rain, maybe close to a foot in localized areas. Then we work our way to the northern plains, like the Dakotas and northwestern Minnesota. You have rainfall estimates that could be as much as about an inch or two in places like Huron, all the way to the northwest angle in Minnesota. don't know why they call that, but I have to look that up. Plenty of rainfall throughout places like Montana, all the way down to Arizona. In Arizona, just about up to 3 inches of rain just southeast of Tucson. Salt Lake City, just to the north, up to an inch or two of rain in localized areas. And in Bozeman, up to 2 inches of rain, up to an inch or two of rain in northern Idaho and the Cascades. About as much as about an inch or two of rain in localized areas, all the way down to Oregon, where it's just going to be about up to an inch of rain. It's best to consult with your local officials and your local weather office just to get real-time estimates, just so that you guys know the exact amount. This is all just estimates. That could change over time. And let's not forget about new snow. Let's see if there's any new snow. So let's take a look. Yellowstone, about as much as up to 6 inches of snow. Northwestern Oregon, Kalispell, and the surrounding areas, and Glacial National Park, about up to 2 inches of snow, and additional inches of snow will be there. Central Idaho, up to 4 inches of snow. And in Washington State, in the Cascades, up to 2 inches of additional snow, all the way down to Sierra Nevadas, but not in a widespread fashion now. Northeastern Oregon, also up to 2 inches of snow. Let's go to here. This is the GFS for the upper level map. The atmosphere, dealing with troughs and ridges. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's assume that this is right now, 18Z. Okay, so we have this ridge that's over Texas, and a trough over Washington State, an upper level low, which is a trough that's over the eastern part of the Great Lakes region, and another upper level low just over the southeast. What does this mean? There is, well, folks, there are lots of storms in the mountainous parts of the west, the southeast too, and as well as parts of the northeast, mostly in the interior, and we even got some rain just earlier this morning in the New York City area. Let's go ahead to 24 hours from now. You get two upper level lows that have combined into a large one, elongated one, stretching as far north as the Adirondacks, all the way down to the Big Bend of Florida. All this means that there's a trough. It's located in northern Florida, and there is a ridge over the central Mississippi Valley. Two troughs, too many ones over Puget Sound in Washington State and over the Dakotas. One tiny ridge will be over Montana, and another one, just a big one, just over Quebec. Yeah, hold on a minute. All right, I'm back. What does this mean? Well, there's going to be a lot of wet weather to deal with throughout the East Coast, and more wet weather that's going to occur throughout places like California, all the way to the Great Lakes region, where the storms will be in the Dakotas, and more wet weather will be in the leeward side of the Cascades. All right. This is for tomorrow. Well, hold on a minute. Yeah, this is for tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and just assume this is it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go here to Monday afternoon. So I may have gone overboard on that. Anyway, we do have on Monday afternoon one large area of low pressure, a large area of an upper level low over the northeast. And the New York City area to Philly, to Baltimore and Washington, and another one just over southwestern Oregon, and another one to the north of Minnesota. What does this mean? Oh, and there's a ridge just over Texas. What does this mean? There's going to be plenty of wet weather throughout the mountainous parts of the west, parts of the desert southwest, California, northern Rockies, and some wet weather may occur throughout the Great Lakes region. Still plenty of wet weather to deal with throughout the East Coast. Now moving on to Tuesday afternoon, there's going to be an upper level low and a trough. It's going to be over Central California and the Bay Area, San Francisco. And there is going to be a trough just offshore from the Outer Banks, and another one just to the north, just located in the Hudson Bay area. A ridge over the lower Mississippi Valley. There's going to be a lot of storms throughout the desert southwest, all the way to the Dakotas. Otherwise, it's going to be quite dry, and also some pop-up storms might occur throughout parts of the south. Okay, now let's talk tropics. So, go here. So this is right now a barometric swamp in the upper part of the atmosphere at 500 millibars. It's located right between the Windward Islands and in Africa. Jerry's still there, and yet you do have a giant trough with two upper level lows right there, which means Jerry is going to be out of here soon. And I'll be the saying, it's going to be 85,000. Okay. Take a look. Okay, let's fast forward to 24 hours from now. So an upper level. So there's a tropical system that's about to form. Jerry's going to be out of here. A trough would linger around for a few more days. Not much is happening throughout the Gulf and the Caribbean. Monday afternoon, you get this tropical system. Dry air is all over the place. Jerry, it's going to be out of here. An upper level high. It's going to situate over the western Atlantic. Trough be sitting over the east coast. Then you do have this tropical system that might die off. Next, Jerry be flowing along a jet stream, and something may form here, but highly doubtful given the strong winds aloft. Then you have this upper level high over the Lesser Antilles. Oh, no, the Greater Antilles, I should say. The Leeward Islands, I should say. Plenty of strong winds throughout the Caribbean, the rest of the Caribbean and the Gulf. That's for Tuesday afternoon. Then we move quickly to Wednesday night. This system right here may develop, but that's questionable yet because you got this dry air and strong winds aloft. Then you have this trough to deal with, and it's deepening because, you get cold air, plenty of which as a result of lack of daytime heating. Due to the Earth's tilt on its axis at this time of year, where, instead of, temperatures are rising because summer's approaching, it's actually winter approaching in the northern hemisphere. Right now we're dealing with the rest of the hurricane season. So this is Wednesday night. Thursday night, this system has highly doubtable chances of development. Then you get this upper level low. It's giant, and it's going to kill off any chance of development throughout the Atlantic. Maybe something, but then again, strong winds are all over the entirety of the Atlantic basin, from Africa all the way to the Gulf, and especially the Caribbean. Friday night. Friday night. Not much. Maybe something in the Caribbean, but time will tell, though. Then next Saturday night, maybe something could form, but strong winds are surrounding the area. Then it's all a guessing game after that, so don't worry about the system. We'll deal with it in a couple of days to see if that'll